Hello, welcome to Perks Games. Today I thought we'd play Warframe. It's a free online game that I've played for a very long time. It came out in 2013 and I've been playing it since. And in my opinion, it's one of the best free ones because everything they add to this game is free. You never need to spend money on this game, and I think that's rare nowadays in modern games. Yeah, let's go in a mission with some random people, and we'll see how it goes and have a laugh.
Now, they shall know the meaning of true violence!
On this game you can have multiple different areas as like your home base. So the normal one, the basic one, is just your ship up in space, but when you get further in the game you unlock apartments and eventually you get to this like a little house. As part of one of the recent updates which added also bikes, and I'll take you to one of the open worlds before we join some random people, just so you can get to grips of the sort of game it is. So each one of these areas has multiple missions for you to do. A lot of them is the same missions, just on different planets with different enemies, but there's a lot to the game. The story in it is amazing as well. So if I go to Thetis, which is the main hub on Earth, this is one of the entrances to get actually into the open world areas. Like you saw in my last video, most of the missions are like on ships or areas where when you get to these ones, and there are multiple, you've got one on Venus, one on Earth. These are 100% just open world. Like you can go in with doing bounties, or you can just go into the world and collect resources. Plenty of activities, shops. Each open world has its own shops, like this one that you create your own melee weapon from scratch, or you can buy the special one of the day.
Beauty that I had to slap head like for looking at it indecently.
But if you forge one, you can select the grip. If I have that one, then that one,
very good, very good.
That one.
They shall work wonderfully.
It has
together.
all the stats at the side here. You can then swap this look. So if I put it to say that, it now becomes a big two-handed blade. If I swap it to something a lot thinner like that, it becomes a samurai sword. And then these affect what it actually gives. So if I jump to that one, see how the stats all completely change. There's a secondary, a primary, and a melee. But when you come to Earth, this chap here, the
pay me in red.
bounty,
I pay you in silver.
he's the one who gives you the missions in the open world. But you can just run into the open world if you really want to. And then when you get further down, you also get the higher levels. You can do the path on this game, which is once you complete all the missions in the star chart, you unlock Steel Path, which is either hard mode, where rather enemies starting around level 10, they start at 110. Well, obviously that's when you need the lighter gear. So I'm going to show you now the open mode. You will see if I get my archer.
Charming. I am certain the enemy will never see us coming.
Right. ones, to be honest. Oh, that's good then. It means you can mess around. So, like all games, you have your secondary, primary, your melee. If you had seen my previous video, then obviously you pretty much saw that when I just did a quick mission to kill some people. So each area has their own enemies. This character, UL, is one of the new ones they released, which is all about minions and empowering yourself with fire. But you can, like, all your attacks use energy, require energy, but you can drop these, and as you can see my energy in the bottom right, it shoots up, and it releases pulses, but that affects your entire team. Now I'm hoping that more people will play this game, because it'd be nice to have a large group of people. Like you can have clans where you can do research, build your own space stations. So these heads, literally, they're part of the open world boss, which only spawns at night time. So if they're here, then he's definitely here somewhere. But each of the characters in this, they all have different abilities, different passive abilities. So this is just a basic one, and then what they do is every now and again they release a prime version of characters, which would be, you'll have more shield,
I see.
armor,
Yes, of course. Why
the
not?
rest of it basically. Higher stats overall. You unlock the arc ring once you do a few of the campaign missions. But again, because I do play this quite a bit, I'm happy if anybody does want to play this game. I'm more than happy to help you level up and help you get through the star chart, get the missions done. You can even join my clan if you want. So, I'll show you what this does now. So, if I shoot what they do is they latch onto enemies and it charges the bar. There shows the pictures of my
Most
three
devices
minions.
throw
Using
energy
a red
from
bar
all
going.
ballists. Make use of them.
But yeah, when you're out in the open world, you do get these are killing. If you use a proper
That is unfortunate, but we should try
charge, you
again.
can actually revive them and make him your pet if you really
And
want
so
to.
it goes. I'm sorry, little friend.
So if I... So what this character has is a really cool ability, which is his first ability.
Sometimes we fail, despite
And
our best
effectively,
efforts.
you activate this, wraps your body in flames, and it gives passive fire to enemies, but it has a bonus thing where if you jump and dash, you can actually fly. Now there are a few characters in this that can actually just naturally fly. Uriel is one of the new ones that they added.
I would have retreated.
As you can see, I get flying really good. I've now unlocked my final which is
What insolence is this?
And so it goes. I'm sorry, little friend.
But obviously, as you
You
I
truly
just heard the
adopted
boss.
function over form as a mantra. I see.
Now I just heard him. That screechy sound you heard is part of the where he actually is spawned. It's funny because when you actually see the boss and you see the size of it, you wonder how you can miss it. Anyway, but yeah, this light suit I'm using now, this also acts as a character. So you got different abilities. You got a zip line. You can go invisible, but only while you're not moving. You can cosmic crush, which pulls all the enemies in around you, and then its last ability is drones, and then basically will shoot enemies, protect you from incoming damage as well. But they just follow you around or attack anyone nearby. But, yeah. But then you have other means of transport, such as a hoverboard.
Garish, but effective.
So you can do tricks and stuff. Look at that, you can also find But the good thing is about this though is you can shoot your second weapon while you're on it. So if you want to just dart through and kill something. And if you are wondering, yes, it does work on water as well. That's one of the means of transport. The other one is with something which you unlock when you go through the campaign. Is your
Charming. I am certain the enemy will never see us coming.
which has the unique ability of being able to fly like that. Abilities you can use, but and then all these white ones are summable vehicles. You've got your Arcwing, which is rocket launchers, which yes are very handy, but every time you use it, it has to recharge. The longer you use it, the longer the recharge. And then you've got your mech, which doesn't do anything on its own, but if you activate your Tenno core and
What
leave
strategic value is
your
this?
Tenno, then this character has its own abilities as well. I'm using Zenith, so I can use this to replenish my energy, my character. But if I go to this and dart into it, So abilities too. Last ability is summons turrets. Which again does a lot of damage. Leave that. As long as you're moving a certain distance away, you can call your character back.
Good. More running about like
in
a
and out of
mad
these as much as you
thing.
want. Very, very handy. There are certain parts of the game, like secret areas, where you can only use this mech. So it is ideal to unlock it so you can level it up, put mods on it, make it stronger. And then the final means of transport is
You
motorbike.
truly adopted function over
Now,
form
the
as a
motorbike
mantra.
can
I see.
be customized like all the other vehicles. You can do the colours, patterns, what it looks like. Obviously this is a lot quicker than the others. It does not go in water, just so you are aware.
Tastes must simply have changed since I have been gone.
I think one of the use it as a missile, blow up enemies.
Good. I was becoming restless. Tastes must simply have changed since I have been gone.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to see the boss. We're gonna have another look. Effectively, when you enter the map, he spawns in. Sometimes you can see the light if you're at the right angle. Other times you can't. And again, there is an actual map which you can use just to teleport instantly to the other side of the map. Again, it's not a big map, but I mean, there's enough areas you can see. Fly around in. These open worlds are also really good for testing out builds. But it's definitely here. You can hear that screaming sound. That is its sound. So it's here somewhere, but I'm just having no look at it. Yeah. So if we leave this world now. Then if we leave here, we go back to our base of operations. What we can do is I'll swap my character because he's not really the best when it comes to support frames. But if you look, as you naturally play the game, you unlock mods to put on your characters, and these mods, like all these you see at the bottom here, they all do different stuff. You know what I mean? You can increase health, shield, power, strength. So like, as you can see here, look, I've got multiple builds here. I've got level cap, which you can take to the end of the game. Got a gun build, which enhances all my weapons. And you can do this on any of the
We
characters.
shall
They all
water the
have
fields
unique
with the blood
builds
of
you can
our
do
enemies.
and unique opportunities. If I use Gus, Gus is what you would class as weapons. So his your thing is basically just enhancing your weapons. But he has, as you can tell, when you hover over here, passive. So again, it enhances all your firepower and everything. Then you've got Mach Rush, which lets you run like the Flash effectively, super speed. Kinetic Plating stops all status effects, so you can't be knocked down. That's just something I put on there. I changed one of his abilities to make it more ammo efficient basically. And then Red Line, which enhances all characters' movements. So if I show you, if I leave here, what I need to do now is set it to a public, and then it's normally quite a few people doing them. As you can see, level's quite high because I have it set to Steel Path. So what I'll do is, if I go back to my base, I'll swap it over to the normal game mode rather than the hard, just so you can see the basic game before you get to the difficult area of the game. So this is where you select it from normal to hard look. It enhances drop chances and resource drops, so it is good, but obviously you gotta have a character that's strong enough to survive. So now if I leave here, yeah, I can teleport to the bounties, and now it's set to public. As you can see, they've dropped now from 100 and some to 75. So if we do a survival, hopefully we can find a team. Normally there are quite a few people. Literally found a squad instantly. Speed across the backlog. So it did automatically spawn me in the map because they've already started the missions. This game mode is literally just a all you gotta do is kill the mission. Abilities on to make sure you survive.
Scrubber going critical.
Low level.
Fix it or lose it to the tech rot, which will be the least of your problems. I warned you. I totally warned you. And now it wants to have a conversation. House Scrubber coming up near you.
You can get on this game like resource boosters and weapon boosters to increase all the drop chances. Which again, if you combine that with so much resources.
While Scaldra is distracted, I'm taking the opportunity to make some new acquisitions. Like this. Don't worry, I'll share. You've done enough. Marking extraction. You could do more. A lot more. You've really just done the minimum at this point.
obviously if you've not long started, then these missions will be quite difficult, but because I've played for such a long time, built up a good arsenal. As you can see by the mad numbers that are popping up. So again, they've now hit into extraction, so if I make my way there too. It was a quick short mission, but I wasn't expecting them to really have pretty much stayed for as long as they could. Yeah, this is where times like this, the speedsters are quite handy because you can literally just run straight forward if you go the right way, which apparently I didn't. Oh no. So, the way the game works is if people want to leave, they can leave, but if you don't make it to the extraction in time, you effectively just
Boar's collecting on that
keeps
scrubber.
you in the
You
mission.
need to shoot them off.
Well, obviously I was heading to extraction anyway, so that's what
I told you to clean your health scrubbers. Now look at what you have to deal with. Gosh, I sound like my mom.
right here. It wasn't far. Right, so if we
Do something about that scrubber before it does something about you.
we got bonus
Contamination is
for
off
the
the
mission, which is
charts.
1200.
You need to
We also
hustle.
got Endo, which is what you use to enhance your mods to make them stronger. We got money and bits and parts which we can trade for standing with this clan. So again, any of the areas you're in, you can change your loadout, your weapons at any point really. You can't do it in missions though. But all characters are unique. All of them are different. And as you can see, you can the basic ones, and then you can customize them to like that. Different armors, different skins. You can make them look awesome. Like you go from the basic one, and then you can make it into that look. This Revenant is one of the most popular ones because it's just an absolute unit when it comes to this game. It can survive, it can kill, it can literally just do anything you need it to pretty much. So if I leave this place now. There are a few missions in this game you can do to get resources that are very good at gathering resources. But again, if anybody wants to do that, I'm happy to help you. Happy to help you get mods and all the stuff you can get in this game.
She feels the presence of those she lost.
There are standing as well, so each
gods and ghosts
area has its own standing. As you can see, mine's negative because I've gone against these two. But you got Earth, then you got Venus. Again, the infected planet, angels, where we are now. There's loads of different ones, and as you play through the game you unlock new opportunities. So if I go to this now, you can change the skin look to normal motorbike if you want, night motorbike, detail. Again, these are the other ones you can get if you want it to look a bit more normal, but I quite like the funky one. You can instantly copy your Warframe colours if you want it to all match. and foundry. This is where you can make blueprints, weapons. So as you see here, look, to make this gun you just need these resources. Some guns like this, look, the primes, you have to collect all 3 parts of the prime to make it, which is where the game can take a while. Like I've got thousands of hours on this game and I haven't even got everything yet in it.
Each enemy is more powerful than before. Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way. Prepare for life support. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time. Life support incoming. Life support capsule is now available. The operative has just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work. When you need it, extraction is ready.
we've done, say 7 minutes. Let's see what we get when we leave. Again, as you go through the game, when you get to the part where you unlock the angels, the angel missions and stuff, you get these guns. And what they are is enhanced versions of normal ones. So if I show you, you hit an enemy, that white bar underneath fills up, and you can then transform the gun into an angel gun. Which again, rather than grenades, all weapons are different. Some machine guns become shotguns, but it does a lot more damage than the normal mode. If I get see, you can see the change. Somebody is really struggling in this, so if we get to extraction, then there's a timer. When that timer says extracting in ends, if they're not here, they'll stay in the mission. It just takes you out of the mission. So again, you don't have to wait for everybody if you want to leave.
You exist to strike.
There you go.
You strike to win. The lesson ends.
As you can see, we've got some endo, some credits, steel essence, which you can use to buy from the steel essence vendor, which sells all the high-end mods. And then a bunch of random resources that we can use. Yeah, and I think for today, that's it. This will be a series, sort of like the Avatar game that I've been playing. I'll be going through this game bit by bit, showing you all the stuff. And again, I will release part 2. Please like and subscribe, it would help the channel a lot. Thank you. And I hope that you come back.